Okay.
Well, as far as being on the air, I first started, well, when I first got here, I wasn't on the air, but I was always an on-air personality. I mean, there are different jobs you can do in the studio, and I did just about all of them, but I never stopped, and said, well, this is just all I'm going to do. I always, my main focus was always being on the air, even if it wasn't here. I mean, because I used to go into our music director's office and I'd borrow CDs, and I'd go into the third studio and I would practice like I was on the air, but I really wasn't, and I would record myself. And so I would do this for, maybe like once a month or twice a month, and I would just continue to practice and practice and practice. And then one day I gave him a tape. There was an opening for one of the shows on Saturday nights. At the time it was called The Bomb. It was a rap show. And I did a tape for that. And they listened to the tape and they said, well, we don't think you would fit on this show, but we do think you're good enough to get a shot on the air. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I ended up being on the air. I think my first show was the night the Bulls won their championship in '96, the year they won the 70 games or whatever. So that year, that same night, I ended up doing my first air shift. And that came about because one of the guys, Joe Soto, at the time he was DJ Armstrong, his wife had a baby, so he had to take off like the whole week, and they had somebody to fill in for the whole week except that night. And so originally I was going to go on that 4th of July. That was going to be like my audition. But instead of the 4th of July, I ended up going on June 17th. And that went well. And then I went on 4th of July that year. And then I think I worked like August 17th or something. And then every holiday, I would always do an overnight shift. It was Labor Day, and then Thanksgiving weekend, and then Christmas, and then New Year's. I would always, well, not New Year's. I didn't work New Year's Eve. But the holidays in the winter of '96 was when I first got on the air. And then after that, I was on the air just guest starring for people filling in every now and then throughout the early part of '96. And then finally in March of '96, I got my own show, which was the After Set, which is Friday night going into Saturday morning. And I've been doing that since March of '97. So I've been doing that for like a year and like 7 months. And then recently, just this past Saturday, I started doing the Saturday Night Request Party, myself and Dr. Love, which is like a promotion, because now I'm on doing prime time on Saturday nights, which is kind of ironic because when I first started doing radio in college, I did Saturday night 6 to 10 as well on another show when I was in school. So here I am.
Okay. All right. Was there anyone in your family who did something similar to what you do now?
No. I didn't know anybody on radio. I mean, I had like family members who like played records at parties and stuff, but not in terms of radio. No, that was just something that I decided on my own.
Okay. If you could start over again, would you still choose the same career?
Yeah, because I mean, I decided on my career based upon what I like. It wasn't like I'm just gonna do something to make some money, because that would have been the wrong move. Which is my advice to everybody. When you're trying to decide what you want to do, figure out how you can make money doing something that you enjoy. Because otherwise, if you're doing something that you really don't like, but you're getting paid for it, eventually you're gonna get tired of it, and your passion for it isn't gonna be there. If you're not passionate about it, it's not gonna work. So that's the way that goes.
Okay, what was the worst thing that happened to you at work or on the air?
Oh, wow. Let me see. Worst thing that happened to me on the air. I can't really think of anything really bad that happened to me on the air. I think the thing that I don't like is people who like call me during my show, like harassing me. Like I remember this one guy, he kept calling. It was when one of the Tupac albums was out, and he was like, man, could you do me a favor, man, play that Tupac, I Wonder If Heaven Got a Ghetto. I was like, all right, dog, I'm gonna get to it, So about 30 minutes passed. He was like, Yeah, what's up, man? It's me, man. Yeah, man, I want you to play that Tupac. I wonder if we got to get her. I'm like, I bet, you know. It's about 15 minutes later, he called back, trying to disguise his voice so I wouldn't know it was him. He's like, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I want to hear that new cut from Total. And while you at it, man, could you throw in that Tupac? I wonder if I haven't got a ghetto, man. I've been calling you, you still ain't played. I'm like, dude, I'm going to play the song, man. So that's like something I don't like. People around. Another thing I don't like is people who know me calling me doing my show trying to conversate. Got my home phone number, but they want to wait till I get to work to call me and try to talk about something. You know, I'm like, no, this is not the time. This is not PlayStation time. I'm actually at work trying to do a job. So that's another thing I don't like. But other than that, I mean, as long as I'm making steady progress, I'm all right. And I've been able to do that. Sometimes it seemed like it wasn't going to happen. Like I got stuck at a certain position or whatever, but I mean, recently, I mean, I got my new show, so I'm happy about that. So it's just a matter of continuing to move up until I get to the point where I can work every day, either here or in another city at another radio station. Because in radio, people tend to move around. Most of the people that you hear on the air here every day, they worked in other places. It's not like normally they don't go from being part-time, working a couple of days a week, to working every day in a big city or any city. Normally the people who work every day have worked in other places. So. But I mean, it's possible. It's happened to a few people.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
I get to like getting parties for free. I think it's just fun. It's kind of hard to say. It's like I enjoy, you know, talking to people and communicating with people, and people call me, hey man, yeah, whatever, you know, and it's something that they enjoy. They enjoy hearing me. I enjoy talking to them, and when I'm out someplace, I enjoy meeting people who listen to me, or, you know me. Hey man, oh that's you. Oh man, I didn't know that. You know, and that's fun. I mean, it's just a matter of communication. You know, talking to people, because I'm a people person. I love the people, and the people love me. Just like Martin. You know, Marty Marr love the kids, and the kids love Marty Marr. Other way around. You know. Same thing. You know.
Do you feel it's more important to get education before fame or fame before education?
Well, I don't know too many dumb people who are famous. Well, I don't know too many famous people at all. So. I mean, I've met a lot, but I mean, it's definitely important to have education. I mean, you have to. Because this is my thing that I always tell people. I have a college degree. A college degree does not guarantee you anything. But if you don't have a college degree, then that makes you even less competitive. It's going to make it even harder. Because then you have to compete with everybody else when you're trying to get a job. And you want to be a few steps ahead. So if I have a college degree, and it doesn't guarantee me something, if I only had a high school diploma, it would really not guarantee me too much at all. And if you don't have that, then you're really out. So, I mean, you got to keep going to school, even though sometimes, you know, you really don't want to. But, you know, I've been to school almost like 17, 18 years, so, and I'm done with it. I'm never going back again. I mean, I don't have to, because I did everything. I finished grammar school, high school, college, and, you know, for me, for what I want to do, it's not necessary for me to go further. For some people, they have to go further and get a, you know, they can't just have a bachelor's, they have to have a master's, a doctorate, a PhD or whatever. I don't need all that. But whatever your field is, you need to figure out just how much education you need to be competitive in. And generally that means you need at least